Yeah, you know, we had a lot of chances today. Middle part of the game, we just couldn't seem to find that big hit, and we moved some balls. We bunted some guys down. We created a little action. We stole a few bags, and we just had a hard time getting them in today. So you got to credit. They made some pitches when they had to, and they got their big swing off with McDonald at the right moment of the game.
Alex not real sharp today. Kind of looked a little tired out there, but you brought in Heath Hatfield in the third, and he gave you a chance. It's a tough luck loss for Heath. He goes 5 1/3, gives up just the 1 run, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. He kept you in this ball game, gave you a chance to come back.
He gave you a chance. He changed momentum a little bit. That's what he did, and we just couldn't. And then we kept getting some guys on, and couldn't. They just made a couple of pitches when they had to, and we had to ride part of the order up a few times, and some young guys just didn't come through.
Well, both teams had to get the bullpen early here today. They got Hughes in. You got to him a little bit, but Andy Smithmeyer, a little bit different. He kind of comes from below the belt, not really sidearm, but a little bit different motion, just kept you off balance.
He's got a little sneaky fastball. Our guys say it was getting on him a little bit, and it's just kind of a quick arm, not real high velocity, just a quick arm, and it got us in the air a little bit more than I like. And I thought we had a couple of good swings off Reynolds again. If we can find ways to get left-handed bats in against him, it seems like they see him okay. So, but life on the road is tough. They played better as of late. East Carolina has. You got to credit the role that they got going right now, and we got to get back to Memphis and try to find a couple of W's next weekend. We got a big midweek game on the road.
Well, one player do want to highlight. Got a pinch hit Friday. Came in the game late yesterday. You gave him a start today. Austin Hatfield gave you 4 hits over the weekend. So he played pretty big for you.
Played big, and has a hard time. He has a hard time grabbing the big moment. He was a little anxious there in the ninth, but he's going to be a fine player for us and a good role guy, and that gives us a spark when we need one.
And don't want to forget Ethan Gross had a big game. Two hits, and with the one time he had that big sack bunt to get that RBI. So Ethan had a nice weekend as well. So did Zach. The top of your order did well. The top two.
Top of the order did well. Carter saw the ball good this weekend, and so we get them 3 going, and we just got to get the whole lineup going at the same time and just give us what they can. But it's hard to coach RBIs.
Yeah.
It's an experience thing that has to come in time, and knowing when guys are going to attack them, when guys are going to work outside the zone against them, and they're throwing fastballs outside the zone and off speed in. And you got to understand what RBI moments are. It's youth growing up is what it is.